Alright, guys. I'm here. I won't be here long. Um, I don't feel all that well. So I'm resting. Etc. Brain's nice. Leg is not. Blah, blah, blah. So, anyway, I caught a piece. of something aired earlier. Now, y'all, I know some of you out here in the bushes, you know, well, you're always out in the bushes, right? Alright, so what I kind of catch is, and I'm not even going to get distracted by this right now, because that's what half of this shit is currently, especially with Monster involved and everything else. It's always hitting out at, right? Same shit, different day, targeting nonsense about us, blah, 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 blah. I don't have time for this. I'm not going to play in this bullshit, the distraction, the targeting cycle, the goddamn garbage. I'm going to stay on the path I'm on. Oh well, to you fucking tragedy pimps who don't like that, that's your problem. Fucking boohoo to the pieces of shit in the background using you all to do it. And, paying you well for it, like they have for years. Whatever. Anyway, um, now, I don't really give a shit about none of you garbage, none of you bullshit, right now. No more than the cursory way in which every day one has to keep compiling on you pieces of trash. But, we're not going to play this game again. Or anymore, honestly. Um, it's ridiculous. Um, it's fucking entirely evil, fucking awful. Speaks a whole bunch about you all as human beings, if you want to call yourselves that. Um, but obviously somebody's getting whispers in the background. It's making all this a little worse right now. But y'all can never only Summer's name, my kids, target, slander, defame, libel, harass, cause real life harm to certain people in and around Summer's case, while hashtagging or pretending that you give a damn about Summer. You don't, you never have, and you never motherfucking will. Now, look, we're just, and I'm not gonna get off the, Southern Driveway portion of what I'm doing to play in your old stupid tragedy pimp games. Alright, or distractions, or whatever. Okay, now look here, guys. Um, so I catch this bit. Let's see.
Insight to happen online. It was an insight to happen privately, right? So I think that there was a wealth of information that came.
Now look, I don't know why anybody would let somebody who's not supposed to have a channel or even be online use their channel to, you know what, it's fine. We're just gonna carry on. I caught this piece this morning.
From this, and it's sort of the old.
I guess we're all gonna revisit the Bones shit to, well, make more shit, but also get eyes on Bones while she's targeting and she's in a trifecta with Cher, PG, etc., and the rest trying to lift off Monster right now. Monster has no idea what's going to hit him, with Sherbo Baggins over there, much like Dawn and Ash Cheek Picks, and boy, he just don't know what kind of trifecta ride he's in for, does he? Anyway, I hear Ryan's in tow with that. I don't really care. That's been the case since December. That was started by Jenny Adrian. Scott did the swing over. Zig, Cher, PG have all taken over the monster sector. I ain't got time for none of it, okay? Fuck off the all of it right now. But anyway, so here's where we're at today. We're going to revisit the Bones bullshit. The thing that got it named Bones. So everybody can do whatever it is again and regurgitate and spin new narratives for this shit. Alright, so here we go.
Old epitaphs like,
or try to if y'all eat and buy into it and feed into it to target all the wrong people. And to use you all to slander, harass, libel, bully, terrorize, But all they gotta do is kick the pebble in the pond there, don't they? Right. Alright. So, here we go.
Like, believe who somebody tells you they are the first time they tell you, right? So you realized that.
Now, I guess this counts for himself, considering he already told you who he was on the way back, when he said he was working with Mullen and otherwise, and he and Mullen admitted on calls, and were working together to put out misinformation and to target those around Summers' case on purpose. But putting out misinformation here on YouTube on purpose around Summers' case. So I guess do indeed believe somebody when they tell you who they are the first time, right? Right. Okay. Carrying on.
Fred used this right here as a way to first, well, in tandem with Jody Stool, the two of them cooked this up to some degree. Now, maybe Jody Stool had nothing on the original blueprint, but just knew about the fact that it had been pulled off in the way that Fred can't do anything all the way right, correct?
Damn, that's a hell of a... Oh boy. That's a hell of a moment, ain't it? Yeah, meanwhile, once again, there are the Bones on the screen while he's doing this. It's no different than what Bones herself did that night, and then everybody wanted to play the savior of him and be like, I can show the Bones too, but if I chew Bones' ass for showing the Bones, right? So now we're just gonna revisit it and do it again, but with Benny at the helm. Anyway, but that's a hell of an accusation there, buddy. Especially on somebody else's channel. After you've spent years harassing us, terrorizing us, calling in fake SWAT calls, admittedly so, sexualizing my daughter, insinuating things about her knees and otherwise, targeting the fuck out of us with Monster, my child, with you, TM, him, and chat. Oh my god, I just don't know. Do we have to go back through the whole history? Yeah, we shouldn't have to. But I don't guess these people on these YouTube streets go along with that whole believe somebody when they tell you who they are the first time or even the millionth, do they, buddy? Right. But that's hell of an accusation you just laid out. You want to listen to it again? I sure do.
Okay.
Now, mind you, the stream starts off, and within fucking 14 seconds, he has some sort of joke about me and Camper and whatever else, So you can sort of see where it's going. The pebble drop at the very earliest, and then everything since. Oh, gosh, what's it really about? Is it really about Bones, or is it really about... Yeah, it ain't in the least. Carrying on.
If they wanted to pay anonymously, right? If they had a problem with just sending the money to you, they could just pay anonymously.
He's talking about Bones' electric bill.
Like, that is wild. That is wild. Wildly inappropriate is what it is.
Are YouTube views that important that you would do this to Summer? Let's pray, all of us, that they don't belong to Summer. Because I can't even imagine. If these belong...
Yeah, and sort of tie the tail on my last thought, which was in terms of what you would, I'm not an investigator, I'm not a cop, I'm not none of them things. But when you see Candace Wells get upset the way she did, and Don for that matter,
Now, I want us to same in a minute. If views and subs are worth this to you all, or getting your memberships back online after all the strikes, right? Who are you going to use to do that? Oh, that's right. Hashtag Summer Wells, and oh, let's see what rewriting we can do, and let's see if we can't just poke at JSB again and put out another pebble in the pond while having the bones up on screen. Yeah, alright. So are the clicks, subs, and views worth it to you? Yeah, of course they are. Oh, and getting those memberships back online. Don't forget there are new icons over there, folks.
On the day that this happened, it was sort of the segue in where you're like, okay, you're soaking up everything that's going on, and you're like, there's just no way you can get me to believe that this woman and this man are sophisticated enough criminally in order to know that they need to exhibit this sort of emotion on this day or at this time, right? It was a great insight.
Imagine redoing and trying to retwist and give a new narrative and a new spin to this Bones piece while what you raised tell about that night were the bones being shown, but showing them yourself. Here we are this many years later having the bones up on screen again and being in your chat advertising memberships back on after they were taken from you from a strike. You're trying to get those built back up again, advertising new icons on guess who's? Pebbles in the pond, new narratives spun, and a hit out at me to try to create new bullshit around us that absolutely doesn't help Summer in any way. So you tell me how Benny, Tiffany, supposedly looking like they're hitting out at Ziggy, but doing the same shit Ziggy did and does every day. Tell me how it's helpful to Summer. They're up here bitching about Ziggy putting out misinformation, not facts, how it's harming everything and everyone around Summer's case, how it shouldn't be done. But yet, aren't you doing the same? And then there are the bones on screen, replay or not style, while you put out misinformation on those around and Summer's case and give a new narrative. Building up your memberships again because you and AB are being pissy with one another. Or whoever. Tell me how it's any different than Z than going on an apology money fest on a turn off the Cash App tour after the bone. I mean, tell me, how's it any different than what y'all are supposedly calling out? But that's not what you're doing, is it? No, you're putting the pebble in the pond for more misinformation, more bullshit, more changing of facts, more shit to create chaos and mud and jello that hides the truth about Summer and her case. So how are you any different tonight with this piece than Bones is with any of hers you're supposedly calling out the past few days? Is actually what those are all intended to do is get eyes on her, just like the night she did the Bones piece. You know, those of us who are aware of chess are aware of chess, Holmes. So anyway, let's carry on.
It really was. And it wasn't an insight that happened online. It was an insight that happened privately, right? So, right? So, I think that there was a wealth of information that came from this, and it's sort of the old epithet. It's like believe who somebody tells you they are the first time they tell you, right? So you realized that Fred used this right here as a way to first, well, in tandem with Jody Stool, the two of them cooked this up to some degree. Now, maybe Jody Stool had nothing on the original blueprint, but just knew about the fact that it had been pulled off in the way that Fred can't do anything all the way right, correct? I mean, even this was fucked up in that now people that support Ziggy, the 5,000 people maybe she can get, they'll watch a video that's, maybe a hot topic they believe. They all have very, very limited capabilities mentally, right? That's why they sit at home all day and watch Ziggy. Like a Julia Childs of life she is. Because Ziggy allowed this to happen. And Fred now has done what she did with the bones. We're going to forget the fact that he was jammed up and then left inside of a...
Anyway, I think y'all get the gist of what's trying to be done over here. But yeah, these two, I'm in no mood for it. And that TM knows that night, I fucking laughed in the first 3 seconds. Remember, she got all mad at me because I laughed. Is because I can tell deer bones from regular ones. Now, she also knows. Now, mind you, she's in chat over here. She sees what Benny's doing with her channel. She knows I've shown her receipts. She knows that ain't true what she's allowing Benny to put out on her channel and say about me. She knows better. So why do it? Why allow your channel to be used to put out misinformation and bullshit and garbage and narratives that'll be spun to create chaos and bullshit in Summer's case and around the real people around it? If that's what you all have spent days and days now calling Bones out for, you're doing the exact same thing and you see it, know it, and that pebble drop right there is a hell of a doozy when you know and get the receipts proving that ain't fucking true. They've been shown. When Bones come her stupid ass down here, pretending she wasn't part of MGL and M's band that were coming, they separated her a little bit in the time. That way people wouldn't realize she was with them, but she absolutely was. And she wanted to meet. I wouldn't meet her. She told me she was going to go meet Fred, whatever. Word had come out that was the case. I was like, well, whatever, you do you, but Fred's Fred and he'll fuck with you. I mean, well, you can't say what I said wasn't true after this many years of Fred. Look at all the bullshit he's caused with Bones. I told her, just like I told the whole world, what he would do. I know the dude because I've known him my whole life just about. This is what he does. He's Fred, man. Fred's Fred. Fred's gonna fuck with you. Fred even out of his own mouth in our first interview was like, well, or whenever it was, I don't know. One of them I caught recently, there was a clip. And he even tells her that he could feed people bullshit. And they buy it and whatever, you know. And she ain't buying it, she's just selling it. All of you are creating chaos and bullshit narratives. Benny here, admittedly, with Mullen, caught on tape, aired out to the world when he got pissed off. But Benny himself has said that he has pumped out misinformation on YouTube to fuck up shit around Summer's case on purpose because he was requested to do so. He's also openly worked with Mullins, also on tape, saying they are targeting people for the wells. Yeah, so when somebody tells you who they are, believe them the first. This shit is no better than what you all are trying to call out Bones for. And you know it. I told the whole world, Fred's Fred. He's gonna fuck with people. That's what he does. Several years later, you can obviously see that is the case. So then when this shit happened with the Bones situation and all of you ran with it, one of you pretending it was like, oh my gosh, and the other one going, Bones! You know, it was stupid. Those of us who live anywhere near know bones from, like deer bones and animal bones. It was stupid, and what you all were doing with it the night y'all did it was stupid. It did very much affect those who know summer. Uh, so just because we could instantly identify what you asshole tragedy pimps were showing, we could identify by eye within seconds and go, yeah. And also use our common sense and logic to know that there's no way in hell the big boy equipment dogs, search crews, and everybody else missed no fucking bones right at the end of a fucking driveway on Bean Hill Road while you all tragedy pimp the fuck out of it, mind fuck people here, and are still doing it with this stupid bone shit is unbelievable. Did it hurt us? Did it hurt all of us here? Hell yeah, it did. Just the same way your stupid 423 Chase phone call did. And just like you all did when you try to use that before making it a phone call against us as blackmail to keep us offline for X amount of days, as you all tried to lift off more fucking bullshit con fundraisers and billboards. Yeah, it hurts. It hurts the real people that really know summer. And all the information that, and I use information loosely, that all of you pump out every day, and the pebbles you kick out to fuck up Summer's case on purpose, create new narratives, tie up loose ends, get people targeted falsely, defamed, slandered, bullied, people believing bullshit. Well, you can't then right behind it say that you're doing what's right for Summer, or then, you know, you're calling out Bones for the same shit all week long. It's been, oh, make sure you have all your shit right, and you make sure this, and look at this helicopter video, and look at all this garbage. Conveniently, an hour before Bones goes live with Monster, right? Oh, yeah, some of us get it. Now, some here fall for it. I'm not one of those, okay? But you're doing the exact same thing tonight that Bones is doing, and it's no different. So you care about facts, right? Blah, blah, blah. Not putting out misinformation on purpose. Absolutely on purpose. Or you care about Summer's case. Pick a lane already. Pick a fucking lane. Quit tampering with, targeting, fucking with anything, everyone, and all things Summer and her case on purpose. With lies, slander, defamation, targeting, narratives, goofball bullshit, bad pebbles in the pond. I'm over it. Y'all are on my nerves with it. Have been for several years. Now, I know there's this whole war going on and people are welcome to join it, so AB gets his final strike. But y'all, if I had to walk my ass over there and be like, hey, Unbalanced, you want to help me for like 2 seconds, make sure precise wordings in order to strike a motherfucker, putting out more shit to harm Summer's case, and to create a new narrative about us, etc., with all the bullshit going on, so that, you know, all the rest of the shit can occur. I might just do that. And then here in a few months, people can plan their new icons to bring their memberships up on something besides Summer's name, Bones, and fucking more false narratives directed at me with someone who for years now has targeted I my child along with Monster, along with you, Slithers, and you know it. Letting somebody else use your channel to do it while you sit in the chat's no different. It's kind of the same thing, honestly, that they be doing for years before whatever happened between you all. You let somebody else do the dirty work. I ain't no mood. Knock it the fuck off. I'll go make friends with AB for 4 seconds, or at least, I don't know, be semi-cordial long enough to make sure wording's correct. Because honestly, I can't figure out. Like, I'm like, shit, I go over and help TM pull off another strike to take AB permanently. But, nah, this right here, with the floppy pebble in the pond, even with the low views, I don't know, man. I'm in no mood for any further bullshit right now. We're not going to play this shit anymore. Don't be over here calling out Bones for the same shit you're doing in this stream. While showing the Bone skin. While building up membership skin. Don't be hanging. Matter of fact, what the fuck are you even doing? Partnered up with the guy from the earliest stages who told the world clearly he was tampering with everything around Summer's case. He was putting out misinformation on purpose, which I know, and the world knows, then caused the inundation of law enforcement, real agents, real time off and away from Summer's case. What are you doing partnered up with the fucking dude who, on tape, who's out here for the world to hear, worked with Mullen to target anybody and everybody around Summer's case that the Wells didn't like? Hmm? Boy, that seems helpful, huh? Maybe he's up to the same shenanigans. You helping? Surely not. Ain't you? Seriously. See? Bless. Bless you both. Bless all of you. You suck. I love you in the same fucking circus. Tonight. I'm trying to call one another out for it. With the bones on the screen again. But trying to drop the pebbles, huh? For a new spin, a new narrative. As y'all are trying to actually get it to where Fred's kicked off the bus, finally, in a way that can't be really levied at Z. Monsters built up. The trifecta of tragedy horrors over there gets Monster real wound up. He has no idea what's heading for him. And, I see all of you. Even those who are supposedly friendly to me. Right? And the bullshit and the manipulation of the last few days. I see all of y'all. Y'all gross. Don't make me go be cordial to AB for 5 seconds. Don't make me do it. Because I just might. I just fucking might. Anyway, y'all, I'll talk to you later.